No brewery ever really gets off the learning curve, but for breweries just starting up, that curve is never steeper. How do you get better? How do you grow? How do you see into the future? Each year, the Craft Brewer Alliance helps select 2 promising breweries on the verge of something great, and brings them to Widmer Brothers in Portland, Oregon, to work together and learn from each other over the course of a few intense days. And now Brewbound, together with Good Beer Hunting, is going to share the story of what it's like for these upstart brewers to jump into the deep end of the craft beer business. This is Learning Curve.
We're brewing a double IPA. Going to try and make it about 10%.
Okay, what's going to be, we're going to use for base malt?
We use raw two-row.
Raw two-row? Okay, very good.
That's our common malt, that's what we use most of the time.
Standard or pale?
The standard, yeah.
The beer that we elected to do was a big Imperial IPA. We did our first big beer at Braxton just a few weeks ago, a big Imperial Stout. So when we won and we start talking, I said, what would be nice, you know? And they obviously have a great selection of hops to look at. So when we saw the menu, the collection of hops that we could play with, we decided that's a perfect occasion. Let's go for an Imperial IPA. My name is Richard Dubé. I'm the co-founder and brewmaster for Braxton Brewing Company.
I think that one of the things that, and I think this is for any small brewer and even large brewers, is understanding how to get better about predicting what future trends are so that we can acquire raw materials that have long lead times. The popularity of the beer styles in general right now are very hoppy beers, so there's a heavy pressure on the hop supply in general. So there's just a lot of people clamoring for a limited amount of resources. Joe Casey, Director of Brewing for Craft Brewer Alliance in Portland, Oregon.
The popular hops that everybody wants to get their hands on become a lot more difficult to source. So having connections and partnerships with people like Craft Brewer Alliance really helps because they might be able to help source some of those hops if we ever fall short. Evan Rouse, co-founder and head brewer of Braxton Brewing Company.
The goal of our taste panel is mainly to provide a go, no-go decision for every product. We want to make sure it meets our expectations for flavor and also that it's free of off flavors and defects that would cause us to hold the beer. Jamie Demerit, I'm the Quality Assurance Manager here at Craft Brewer Alliance in Portland.
The challenges, even with us, and we're a 1/10 of the size of what, 100th of the size of what Craft Brewers Alliance does, the challenges at its core are still the same. So for us to be able to have conversations about how do you source the right hop? How do you make sure that you're, keeping up with raw materials inventory to keep distributor partners happy and wholesalers? It's a lot of the same, which has been really great because the conversations we can have are, infinitely helpful to our business, right? They're infinitely helpful for us to be able to scale quickly, and then ultimately to be able to stay in touch with these guys as we grow is just, it's incredible. I think that it's been one of the biggest things that's in our brief history of a company that's really helped us. So in just 3 days, right? So we're super excited about where we go from here. Jake Rouse, co-founder and CEO of Braxton Brewing Company.
I think what I like most about working on the Startup Brewery Challenge is just a chance to work with small brewers whose eyes get so big they walk into the brewery and they're like, oh my God, this is what could be, or maybe that's not even what they want to do, but they're still really enthusiastic about gaining so much knowledge from brewers who have been around for a really long time. Carmen Olson, Senior Manager of Emerging Business for Craft Brewer Alliance. The Braxton Brewery folks, and they've been so much fun to work with because they are really engaged and excited about everything that they're doing and that we're doing for them. So they have lots of questions for us. They've been able to spend a lot of time with our QA team, with our marketing teams, with our brewing teams, and we've given them a really exhausting 3 days. So I think that they're probably ready to go home and get to work.